She offered herself for refuge. Let me stay human. I'll do whatever you ask. The rain had fallen for hours, a steady silver veil draped across the night. Yerrick pulled his coat tighter, the rough fabric offering little warmth against the chill. The edges of Havenport were deserted at this hour. Empty streets and boarded windows gave the air a scent of rust and abandonment.
His boots splashed
through puddles as he made his way toward the old inn near the outskirts of
town.
It was there, beneath the flicker of a lone lantern, that he saw her, a figure, curled against the cold stone wall, soaked to the bone. Her clothes clung to her like wet silk, torn in strange places. She looked small, almost fragile, but something about her presence made Yerrick freeze. Her eyes, wide, glowing, and faintly inhuman, locked onto his. "Please," she whispered, her voice quivering between desperation and defiance. "Let me stay. I'll do whatever you ask." He hesitated, instinct wrestling with caution. These streets were dangerous, and strangers often carried secrets.
Yet,
something in her tone made him nod. "All right," he said softly. "Come in." She followed, silent as a shadow. Inside, the inn smelled of damp wood and stale ale. A few patrons looked up, then returned to their drinks. Yerrick led her to a quiet corner and motioned to a
chair.
"You're drenched," he murmured. "What happened out there?" She bowed her head, her gaze averted. "I've nowhere to go. The storms took everything. I've been wandering ever since." Her voice carried a haunting echo that lingered in the air. Yerrick asked nothing more. He ordered a warm broth for her and a drink for himself. She sat in silence, fingertips tracing the rim of her cup as if afraid to touch too much. When she spoke again, her voice held quiet resolve. "I can be useful. I can work. I'll do anything if you let me stay." Yerrick studied her. She wasn't pleading. She was pledging. He nodded slowly. "You can stay tonight. We'll see about tomorrow." She smiled faintly, relief flickering in her luminous eyes. That night, the storm howled outside while she slept curled in the corner of his small rented room. Yerrick lay awake, listening to the rhythm of rain and the soft cadence of her breathing. By dawn, she was already awake, tending the small fire in the hearth. Her movements were graceful, deliberate. When Yerrick entered, she looked up and said simply, "I'll work for you. Tell me what to do." He hesitated. "I run errands sometimes. Help at the warehouse. You can assist with whatever I need, but this isn't charity." "I understand," she said firmly.
"I'm
not asking for charity." In the days that followed, she proved herself capable, moving with quiet efficiency, hauling supplies, cleaning, repairing what she could. Yet Yerrick noticed something peculiar. She never spoke of her past, never seemed to tire, and never asked for anything more than shelter. One evening, by the inn's hearth, Yerrick asked softly, "Why offer yourself like that? No one does it so willingly." She stared into the fire, her face glowing in its light. "Because I have no
choice," she said.
"And because I feel safe with you." "Safe," he echoed. "Yes," she murmured. "The storms took more than my home, they took my world.
I
don't belong anywhere anymore except maybe here." Her eyes lifted to meet his, filled with fragile trust. Weeks passed. Yerrick learned her name, LRA. They worked side by side and she never asked for more than work and a roof. Then one night, as they were closing the inn, she approached him. "Yerrick," she said quietly, "I want to repay you. Truly repay you." He frowned. "You've done enough." "No," she insisted. "Let me prove it. Whatever you ask, I'll do it." Her gaze held steady, unwavering.
He
Watched her carefully. There's something about you I don't understand. She smiled faintly. There's much you don't know. But I promise this, I am yours to command if you'll have it. Yerrick looked away, uneasy. Her words felt heavy, real, dangerous even.
Yet.
Curiosity stirred within him.
All right, he said at last. Tomorrow. You'll come with me.
We leave at dawn. She nodded without question, as if waiting for that very moment. When morning came, LRA followed him. Without hesitation. Whatever waited ahead, she was ready. And Yerrick knew he had taken in more than a stranger, he'd taken in a mystery. And mysteries, he knew, had a way of changing everything. They left Havenport at first light. The storm had faded into a pale mist. The road stretched quiet beneath dripping branches. LRA walked beside him, her steps light and sure. Hours passed in silence until they reached a crossroads where the road split toward the wildlands. Yerrick stopped, boots grinding on wet gravel. This is where I go, LRA said softly, her tone calm. No matter what happens, I'll follow your command, but I need to finish something first. He studied her, sensing her resolve ran deep. Finally, he nodded. Then let's finish it. They walked until the path ended at an ancient stone ruin hidden among trees. LRA paused at its entrance, turning to him. Her eyes glowed faintly in the dimness. Thank you, she whispered, for giving me shelter and trust. I owe you more than you know. Before Yerrick could speak, she stepped into the ruins. Light enveloped her, shifting like molten glass. He blinked in disbelief as she began to fade, her form dissolving into shimmering fragments. Her final words echoed inside his mind. I offered myself for shelter. And you gave me more. You gave me home. The glow dimmed, leaving only stillness. Yerrick stood alone at the crossroads. The rain gone, yet her memory lingered like a whisper. He turned back toward Havenport, realizing his life had been altered forever. Somewhere beyond the mist, LRA's journey continued, and so did his, bound by the silent promise they had shared.